Hi people, this is Ganesh Prasad here, and in this video today we're gonna look at perhaps the most interesting topic of all, that is about how to beat your competition. And this is perhaps the best time that I'm posting this video because this is the time of recession. And while most people consider to be recession the worst time to start a business, I gotta tell you that this is the best time to be in business. And this is also the best time to beat your competition. You don't believe me? Well, look at every single recession that has happened in the history of mankind, and you will see that some of the greatest companies had their pivoting moments during the very same time that the world considered to be the times of perils. Which is why in this video today, I'm going to do three things. Number one, I'm going to educate you about how do the paradigms of business change during this time, resulting into a complete change in the ecosystem altogether. Number two, I'm going to show you how to leverage the knowledge of this changing ecosystem to eventually beat your competition and stay ahead of the game. And number three, and most importantly, I'm going to do it by using some of the most iconic case studies as examples, so that after watching this video, if you want to read further, you can do a deep dive into these case studies to develop a better business acumen. Now, one of the most classic examples to understand the changing business paradigms is the evolution of the ice industry. Now people, the ice industry evolved in three stages, as in Ice 1.0, Ice 2.0 and Ice 3.0. The early 1900s was the time of Ice 1.0, wherein people used to wait for winter, go all the way to the Alps and then harvest ice using horses and primitive tools. And then 30 years later, there was a paradigm shift which saw the rise of Ice 2.0 companies, wherein people started manufacturing ice in ice factories, and you no longer had to wait for winter and you did not have to travel to places like Alps to get ice. And then there was an iceman who used to deliver ice to every single household nearby to the factory. And 30 years later, there was another paradigm shift which saw the rise of Ice 3.0, wherein you no longer had to have an ice factory in the city, you could have an ice factory in your house itself, which is what we call as modern day refrigerators. Now the highlight over here is not the evolution of the ice industry, but the fact that none of the Ice 1.0 companies ever made it to Ice 2.0 and none of the Ice 2.0 companies ever made it to Ice 3.0. तो सवाल ये है कि बीच में ऐसा क्या हो गया because of which these Ice 1.0 companies couldn't make it to Ice 2.0 in spite of being the first movers in the very same industry that they excelled. And the answer to that is, there was a pivot in between Ice 1.0 and 2.0 which happens in every single paradigm shift in business, which is what they couldn't understand because of which they went out of business. So as an entrepreneur, if you can understand the nature of this pivoting time, you will be able to strategize your next move to get ahead of your competition. Now here's what you need to understand about the pivoting time. Pivoting time is nothing but the beginning of the paradigm shift in the business, which is usually caused due to either one of these reforms. Now this reform could be a political reform, an economical reform, an environmental reform, a legal reform, a technological reform, or a social reform. In case of the ice industry, it was a technological reform. In case of the pandemic, it is a social reform. Now you know what is the highlight of this pivot? During this pivot, the customer doesn't change, the need for the product doesn't change, the demand doesn't change, the supply also doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the medium of supply, which results into this entire paradigm shift. Now a very simple example that is closer to home is demonetization and Paytm, alright? Now before demonetization also people made payments, and after demonetization also people made payments. We still have vendors, we still have people who go out to make purchases, we still buy the exact same commodities, but the way in which we make the payment, as in the medium of payment, has had a paradigm shift, because of which it gave rise to companies like Paytm, PhonePe, and so on and so forth. Another classic example of the same is Amazon and barnes&nobles. So if you look at it, Jeff Bezos was a beneficiary of the paradigm shift, and barnes&nobles suffered a humongous loss because of the very paradigm shift that turned Jeff Bezos into a billionaire. So one key highlight over here is that people, every time this paradigm shift happens, you have only two choices: either to see it as an opportunity or to see it as a threat. And trust me, if you are not able to spot the opportunity, by default, this paradigm shift is going to turn into a threat for you. The question is, how do you spot the opportunity? So every time this paradigm shift happens, the entire business ecosystem gets divided into four segments. and your company will fall into either one of these four segments, and then you can understand what are you supposed to do eventually to stay ahead of the curve. The first category is the best category of all, wherein your product is perfect and your supply chain is perfect. Right now, this industry is the sanitizers industry. Their supply chain is perfect and their product is in high demand, hence perfect for the paradigm shift. The second category is the category wherein your product is perfect, but your supply chain needs to change. A classic example of that is the evolution of the drama industry. So people, if you look at the evolution of drama, you will see that in the early 18th century also people loved watching drama. In the 21st century also people loved watching drama. But in the 18th century, drama used to happen on stage, it used to happen on streets with lots and lots of artists and people circling around them or watching them in theaters. But then there was a paradigm shift, and soon enough drama started to happen on screen, which is what gave rise to cinema. So now people no longer had to watch the drama artist in real, they could just watch them on screen. And then there was another paradigm shift, and drama started to happen in every single household, that is on television. And then there was another paradigm shift, which is where social media came into play and we started to watch drama on YouTube. So right now there are two kinds of drama artists. The first drama artist is waiting for the people to gather into the auditorium and he is waiting for the social distancing norm to go away, which is not going to go away anytime soon. And the second category of drama artist is the one who understands the pivot. You know what these guys are doing? These guys are doing the exact same drama, they're telling the exact same story, but in a different medium, that is YouTube and podcasts.
Hello everyone, myself Padma Shri Kangana Ranaut. Pimple beta, say hello. एक तो जब से क्वारंटीन शुरू हुआ है ना, सबने अपना पर्सनल स्टारबक्स खोल लिया है घर पे, मतलब सब वही दाल भगोना कॉफी बनाए जा रहे हैं। और उसके बाद मुझे बोलते हैं कंगना जी आप भी बनाइए। अरे बातें बनाने की बात होती तो मैं बना लेती, पर ये कॉफी मैं भेड़ चाल में नहीं चलती, जो सब कर रहे हैं वो क्यों करूं मैं।
So right now people, if you're a drama artist and you are waiting for the market to get to normal, that's not going to happen and you're going to be out of business soon. But if you're the one who understands this pivot, you would have already started a podcast, which is what I would suggest if you are one, to eventually get hold of a rising industry, but fulfilling the very same purpose, to catch hold of the exact same audience and do what you do best, that is act and tell great stories. So if you look at this kind of business, the product doesn't change, but the supply chain has to change. With that, we move on to the third category, and this is where your product has to change, but your supply chain is perfect. Now, a standing example of that is the Indian textile industry. Now, people, when the COVID-19 crisis happened, the Indian textile industry witnessed a crisis wherein some of the companies were almost on the verge of declaring bankruptcy. But you know what? Within just 60 days, something magical happened, and the very same textile companies which were about to go bankrupt, today they are minting money like crazy. You know what happened? They changed the product and kept the supply chain exactly the same. And instead of manufacturing clothes, they have started to manufacture PPE kits. And today, India is the second largest manufacturer of PPE kits. The highlight is, this happened in a span of just 60 days. So right now, there are two categories of textile companies. The ones who are waiting for the opportunity and for the market to get back to normal, and the second ones who are embracing the opportunity as it comes by actually understanding the nature of the pivot. So they are using the exact same labors, they're using the exact same sewing machines. It's just that instead of manufacturing clothes, they are manufacturing PPE kits, hence becoming a beneficiary of the pivot. And with that, I move on to the fourth category, and this is the most difficult category of all. That is, you have to change both your product and your supply chain to become a beneficiary of the pivot. Now, I don't want to give you a billion-dollar example over here, but just in case you want one, the classic example of that would be ITC, that is Indian Tobacco Company. Now, I don't want to discuss about that because I want to give you an example very, very closer to home, and this is by far the most inspiring one of all. That is my Bhel Puri wala. For the people who are not very familiar with Bhel Puri, it is the most amazing snack of all and my favorite Indian snack, which is a street food. So right now there are two categories of Bhel Walas. The first category is waiting for the market to get to normal, and the second Bhel Wala is my Bhel Wala. I'm so proud to say that. This guy has made a paradigm shift to his business. You know what he's doing, guys? He's not making Bhel anymore. He is selling farsan to all the grocery stores nearby. And you know what? he's also selling his chutneys to all the grocery stores because he understands that the problem is not that people don't like bhel anymore, they love bhel, it is just that they are scared to buy bhel from a street food vendor. So this guy changed his product from bhel to farsan and chutney and changed his supply chain from bhelwala to customers to bhelwala to grocery stores. Guess what, people? This guy has increased his radius of supply chain by 4 times. In the conventional bhel business, he could do business only from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. But now this guy is selling from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. because he's busy all day selling farsan and selling chutney. And now he's selling like crazy while his contemporaries are struggling with their finances. So here are the 3 things that you need to do to beat your competition and to become a beneficiary of the pivot. Number 1 is always keep a watch at how your business ecosystem is changing and look for the pivot. Number 2, the moment you spot a pivot, that is a political, economical, environmental, legal, technological or social reform, try and understand what needs to change in your business. Whether your distribution needs to change, your marketing needs to change, your product needs to change, or your supply chain needs to change, and make sure to start prototyping for that change as soon as possible. Because people, what I just told you might look very easy on paper, but they are a result of tremendous efforts and constant prototyping. And number 3 is, after you become a beneficiary of the pivot, still keep an eye on the ecosystem because the next pivot will not be too far. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and drop a comment below about what you think because we have taken a lot of efforts to do this research and bring this liquid gold knowledge to you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.